So the benefits of FAQ are very simple. Reduce agent effort to support the FAQ. All right. If the buyer can already find the answer on the FAQ assistant, what's the point of them getting you to answer manually towards them, right? So yeah, this is one of the way, and also one of the way to quicker respond to commonly asked question, because you are saving a lot of time rather than you have to retype everything again. You can just pick it as a message shortcut, right? So where you can find this FAQ assistant, you can chat on the web chat portal setting, and then you guys can see there's a chat setting, and then you go ahead and do everything else. Okay. So this is the way how you guys can enable the FAQ assisting. Make sure you toggle on. Make sure is it in the green color, right? And you put the greeting messages first to be sent with the FAQ. Okay. And then now, like I said, the first thing first, you need to create the category questions. So we have the product inquiry, we have the shipment inquiries, and then we have the return and refund inquiries, for example. So under each of this category, you can have 3 more questions along with the answer. Okay, so when the buyer choose that question under that particular category, immediately the answer will be pop up to them. All right, will be sent to the buyer. Number 3 is the message shortcuts. All right, message shortcuts to save you guys a lot of time. All right, so this is actually a pre-saved messages where seller can easily select to send the buyer. Okay, so this shortcut message is definitely depends on the commonly asked question, right? So you're already aware when you guys start selling your products, you're already aware what are the most common questions that been asked by the buyer. All right, for example, I give you guys, let's say you go for a Grab, right? You take a Grab from one place to another place. Sometimes you want to make conversation with the driver. You always say this one questions. Dah lama buat Grab? Has it been long time since you do Grab? All right. So that is one of the common questions. Same goes in Shopee. What is the most common question? Hi, is this available? Even though it's already said ready stock, you say, hi, is this available? Hi, when can you restock this? So these are all the common questions that been asked. Okay. So how to create message shortcut? You go to the profile picture, you click on the chat setting, and then there's a message shortcut there, and then you can create what are the message shortcuts. So you can have up to 20 pre-saved messages, and each one of it can have up to 500 characters. Okay. So number 5, what is the most frequently asked question? I gather it up for you guys. So this is as far as I can find out. These are the sample of commonly asked questions from buyer. All right. So it depends before sales, after sales, and delivered. Right. So you guys can take a look this one. And this is just example how you guys can respond to the common questions, right? So it totally depends on what kind of topics. Is it under the product informations, product variation, size chart, ready in stock, or recommendation? Then this is probably one of the best example that you got. I already come up with. If you want to use it, go ahead. I give you guys my blessing. Okay. Same goes if let's say the topic is under order status, all right? For the situation of payment status, status of order, shipping, tracking number, do not receive the order. So you can use these samples, examples of answer for you to send to your buyer. Okay, this is post-order support. This is the extra mile, all right? So all of this you guys can use. I give it to you guys to use, okay? So number 6, what are the best practices of using chat to deliver great customer service? Okay, so these are just to recap the do's and don'ts, right? I think we already discussed this just now. So focus on the red one, all right? So what you should not do? Okay, what you should not do. Number 1, do not ignore or delay your replies. If suddenly you receive a notification, there's a chat coming in, if you have the time to reply immediately, go ahead. Do not delay, do not ignore, right? Number 2, do not use rude, vulgar, and abusive language. Do not invite buyer to buy through other channels such as your personal website, social media, and other platforms. Okay, so do not do this. I saw that some sellers, for faster response, please WhatsApp this number. Do not bring your buyer outside from Shopee platform. Okay. Number 4, do not ask buyer to cancel the order. All right, man up. Be honest with yourself. So number 5, all right, do not share personal information such as telephone number and bank account details. All right, so this is what I said. Hi, I think your name is very sweet. Can I have your number? Can we get to know each other? Would like to go for some coffee? So all of this doesn't work in Shopee. Do not do this. All right, so this is not a matchmaking apps. Okay. And last but not least, are using the sub account and also the chat distribution. Okay, so just to show you guys introduction a bit about the sub account. So basically this feature is only available for selected sellers. All right, so sub account is actually where you have a multi shop. If you have a multiple shop, all right, and you can do a multi-role management system, right? So under this particular shop, you can have few members inside it. All right. So let's say I have two shop. I have 2 Shopee shops. So I bind these 2 shop under one sub account, main account, under this sub account platform. So under each of these shop, I can have a member. All right, member or staff that handling. So maybe member A, they are handling finance. Member 2 is handling marketing. Member 3 handling operations. All right. So this is one of the way how you guys can start using the sub account. Okay. All right. So you guys have questions, right? So I'm gonna take some time to answer most of your questions. Don't worry. If you have any questions, just go ahead to the question post and I'm gonna answer it right now. Will our credit be deducted when we high rate our buyers? What do you mean? I don't quite understand with the questions. Will our credit be deducted? What credit when we high rate our buyer? High rate our buyers. Probably I need more in details of the questions, King. How do we handle respond to the spammers? So basically spammers, immediately you can report them and then they will be blocked. All right, they will be called as a blocked user, so you don't have to worry about this. Okay, it will not affect you. What can we do when the rating is not justified or reflective of the actual situations? I'm thinking that must be related to the service courier. So basically, every time when the buyer want to give ratings, if it's below than 3 star, they have to give reason. Is it because of the products or is it because of the service courier? There's a rating for service courier as well at the moment. Okay. If I want to buy stuff from another seller and I started the conversation, will my response rate go down if I didn't be the last one who reply to another seller? So basically this one, like I said, when you started the chat, so let's say you want to buy this stuff and you started you initiate the chat with the sellers, so you are holding the roles as a buyer. So you don't have to be the last person who replied. Okay, so because it will not be calculated into your chat response rate because you are holding the roles as a buyer. Hi, sometimes buyer did not receive parcel item, then inform and ask sellers to check. May know that do sellers need to cover those extra jobs or do sellers need to cover requests to call logistic or customer? So what you can do, usually I do experience this sometimes. So one of these sellers that reply to me when I want to buy this thing, I said, hey, why my stuff have not been moving yet? So this particular seller said, "Hi, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Let me check this for you. By the meantime, please do contact Shopee customer service to get much more in details what is actually happening at the moment, right? But I will do my best to find out as well what is actually happening, because service courier is out of our hand." Okay, so this is one of the way how you guys. Okay, do seller need to cover request to call logistic or Shopee customer service? If you want to do the extra miles of work, then go ahead. There's no problem with that. Okay. What should we do if we cannot reply chats on weekend because our warehouse are closed? For example, customer chat on Friday, then only Monday we reply. Even we have auto reply on, but will it still affect our chat performance, right? Yes, correct. So basically, this is definitely one of the problems. So you still need to have someone to reply to those chat, right? So this is one of the things. So you can reply before 12 hours ended. If not, it will affect to your chat performance. Okay. Kalau saya tetapkan FAQ kedai saya dengan perkataan cancel, adakah ia trigger Shopee penalty? FAQ kedai saya dengan tak ada kena-mengena dan takkan kena penalty, because walaupun kita letak perkataan cancel. Okay. Will FAQ affect our chat responded to reply? No, it will not. So FAQ assistant doesn't include it in the chat response rate. So basically, it's like you are chatting when the buyer chatting with you guys. Chatting with the FAQ is like chatting with the system. So it doesn't chat with you guys. But auto replies is just to show that you already received the message and you need to reply back manually. If you did not reply within 12 hours, it will not be counted as a responded. Okay. How to ask buyer to click order receive after they got the products. Okay, so this is actually one of the way where I saw some sellers as well. They do the extra miles of work, where once they ship out, when they hand over the parcel to the service courier team, they immediately text to the buyer that made an order saying that, "Hi, I already hand over your parcel to the service courier team. So I expected to deliver during 3 to 5 working days. I hope that once you receive, you can click order receive." So this is one of the way where you guys can ask as well. So I be a drop ship, and I also have my own product in Shopee. If buyer want to buy my own products with products that I've been drop shipping, how the postage are. So this is going to be a little bit difficult. All right. So basically, it's going to be two different methods of way how you guys want to process the order. So always remember, for dropship, I totally understand you don't have the product with you. So the method will be a little bit different. So you have to process the fulfillment in a different ways, all right? By not using our non-Shopee supported logistic. But if you are using our Shopee supported logistic for your own product, then it will be a lot easier. What if the item buyer wants are not in my listing? Okay, what if the item buyer wants are not in my listing? Can I direct buyer to contact directly? Basically, like I said, we don't really encourage for you to divert your buyer outside of Shopee platform. But if you have to, please do bear in mind that Shopee will not held responsible for anything that happens that is outside of Shopee platform, right? Suddenly that particular buyer wants actually that particular buyer is actually a scammer, so you will not be held accountable for this one. Okay. So if we are seller, we need to be the last person who replied the chat. So that's the idea, right? So you have to be the last person. Hi, if the buyer placed an order already, then he want to add another item. Buyer asks how to do. As a seller, we are not allowed to ask buyer to cancel previous order. How sellers going to answer the buyer request? So basically for this one, you can always encourage to the buyer saying that, hey, I'm so sorry, already processed the order that you already made. So you can either order a new one, or you can reorder again, all right? Or you can reorder by canceling this order, all right? So that won't affect you in that particular sense, okay? Hi, how about other seller chat with us for promotions? Do we need to reply to? Like I said, if you receive from another seller's chat regarding through the chat broadcast, so you don't have to reply, okay? If buyer reject parcel on the spot when the courier deliver, when the buyer will get the refund. So basically this doesn't work like that. The buyer still need to click the return and refund button in their apps in order for them to initiate the process of returning and refunding the money, okay? Bagaimana kalau buyer tak kasih rate untuk produk? Apakah status preferred akan hilang? Tak ada kena mengena, okay? So ratings doesn't have to do with the what we call that, the preferred seller. So you don't have to worry. Kalau buyer tak bagi rating untuk produk kita pun tetap tak ada masalah, okay? Boleh tak satu waybill yang digunakan pada tempat yang berlainan, sebab saya dropship berlainan supplier? Tak boleh. Satu waybill kena digunakan pada satu tempat yang sama, tak boleh daripada dua tempat yang berbeza. This one is upfront questions. I'm a seller. I've used same account to buy other goods. So as a buyer, will the chat performer rate be counted if I do not end the conversation? So like I said just now, if you don't want to initiate the chat to buy certain products, to buy certain items, so you are initiate the chat as a role as a buyer. So you don't have to be the last person to end the chat, right? Because you are not a seller at the moment, you are a buyer. But if you receive a chat that initiated by others to you to buy your products, all right, so that means you are holding the roles as a seller. So you have to be the last person. The buyer doesn't have to worry about that, okay? When sellers rate buyer with star, do buyer need to pay for that star? No, don't need. There's no buying or purchasing or need to pay charges or for the star, right? Okay, guys. So this is our Shopee Uni community.